G'day Argy crew, hope you're having a fantastic day today and your family's happy and healthy. Okay, I've had quite a few people asking if I could show them how I change gears in ATS and ETS2 not using the clutch, just like you would in real life, and how I have it set up. I'm not going to show you exactly how I set up everything in the gears. I'm just going to show you how I set it up so that I can do the no clutch system, just like you would in real life. So what I mean by that is, as you're going through the gears, as you're going up the gears, you just back off the throttle, change gear. You're just using your revs or the rev counter to judge when to change gears, and the same as you're going down gears, and when to use the clutch and when not to use the clutch, like you would in real life. The first thing you need to do, though, is you need to go into, where are we? You need to go into your options and then controls. And again, like I say, I'm not going to show you how to set up everything, because that can be, I mean, there's probably tons of videos out there on how to do that. But what you do is you go down here to shifter, fast split, advanced only. Now you've got a choice here of never, and it will tell you up here what each of these things do. Clutch press, so just like you would in a normal car, pressing the clutch in at every gear change. Clutch or throttle, so you can use the clutch if you want, or just the throttle. I've got mine set to just the throttle release, so that when I change gears, it's just the throttle that I'm using to change up gears and down gears, except for one exception. I'll go through that as we progress through the video. So just remember, you've got to change this first, okay? And to get to it, I'm pretty sure you have to, you have to change that to advanced. All right, so shifter layout behavior has to be advanced, and then it needs to be throttle release. All right? Those two settings have to be changed. Okay, so now what we'll do is we'll go for a drive. I have got a job already lined up, doing these pipes. I'm in the peat. And where are we going? Oh, yeah, that's another question. Let's find out where we're going. Okay, so we're going to, or from Topeka through to Omaha. All right, so let's get on our way. We probably won't do the full trip, or in this video we won't. But I'm just going to, like I say, show you how to change gear. Now, the first thing you do, you have to use the clutch to start off and put it into first gear. All right. So once you're in first gear, you've got to hold the clutch down, or else it'll stall. Well, if you've got the foot on the brake, it'll stall. There you go. Okay, just like a normal truck, normally when you let the clutch out, it will start to move away on its own anyway. But anyway, so off you go. Oh, let's do this. Get my head tracking working so I can see where I'm going. Okay, so as you can see, all I did there was let my foot off the clutch, off the throttle, sorry, and into gear. Now what I'm doing is I'm watching my rev counter to find out when the optimal time is to change gears. So back into first, that's why I pushed the clutch in so that it doesn't stall, and then we let the clutch out. Sorry, I just had to make sure that my pedal camera was working, and it is, so that's okay. Right, which way are we going? We're going left here. Alright, so off we go. Once the revs are at the correct amount, we then change gear, up into third, release the throttle, into fourth, and off we go. Pop out here, there's my garage over on the right. Hopefully you can hear me over this engine, it's quite a loud engine noise. Into fifth. Now I'm floating gears as well because the load's not that heavy. But once I get up to fifth, I then go up through the half gears. In other words, low to high, low to high, low to high. But prior to that I was just jumping 2 gears, or 1 gear if you want to call it, because they're half gears. It's hard to explain. I think you understand. Alright, so we're turning right here.
Turn right.
And that's all you do when you're gearing down, is you flip the throttle just to bring the revs up. So if I'm changing down gear, I wait till the revs die down and then blip the throttle. It doesn't always work, so you pull it out of gear, give it a blip again and drop it back down into the gear that you want, and you should be right. So throttle off, and again, see, that didn't work, so that was all I had to do, is take it out of gear, give it a blip, whoops, and then into gear. Oops. Concentrating on gear shifting and pedals control, and ran a red light. Now when I'm rolling downhill, I'll use a full gear change here instead of the half, because I'm getting enough momentum. Half gear change, low to high. Now go up to low 7. So I find, with this truck at least, and this engine combination, that if you get up around the 15 to 1600 revs and then change gear, that's normally enough. You can do it lower, and it all depends on your gear setup and your engine setup. But all you're basically doing is when you're changing gears, you're letting it drop enough, so don't let that drop too much, so I had to give it a blip again to get it into gear. But you let it drop just enough, then change the gear. And as you're going back through the gears, where am I going here? I'm turning right, yep. So let's say we're going to change down to 6, so I'll let it drop down into 6. Same here, I've got to brake a bit to drop the revs.
Keep right, and then exit right.
So it didn't work properly there because I didn't get the revs properly.
Exit
The
right.
change. Same thing on a hill. Knock it back, just give it a blip, and give yourself some more revs, and drop it back into the gear that you want. Up a gear. Again, watching the rev counter. I don't know if you can see, it's not a very good rev counter on this truck. Yeah, on the dash of the actual truck. That's why I'm watching this one. So what I'm basically doing is waiting until it's around about 1600 revs and then changing up a gear. In the lower gears I don't rev it as high. I'll go up here a bit and stop, and I'll show you as I'm taking off. Let's do it over here. Okay, I'm pushing the clutch in because I'm stopping in first gear. Okay, so like I say, in the lower gears I don't rev as high before I'm changing the gear, because it's lower gearing. I'll get it right in a minute. Alright, so off we go. You can see there I was just very quickly going through the gears because they are so low geared. Again, up to around about 15. Change gear. Up to about 15. Change gear. So it's about 15, 1600 revs. And hopefully you can see that on here. I've made the wheel cam a bit bigger so you can see it. Whoop. Now see, that's for some reason on this gear shift, the Logitech, I do have a problem going from 6th to 7th. Sometimes it just won't do it unless I push the clutch in, and that's not what a normal truck would do. It's actually the setup here, but most of the time it's fine. So that's how we're going up gear. So now we're going to go down a gear. With the high-low range, you basically have to just change the switch. But if you're going down a full gear, just give it a blip into gear. Same if you're going down from 6th to 5th. I had the revs too high then. Now we'll be right. There we go. Like I say, it doesn't always work, and especially when I'm trying to show someone, it's Murphy's Law, it's going to muck up and not go into gear properly. So hopefully you get the idea. So we'll go up here, half gear. You can do a full gear too. I'll go straight up to high now, get up to 15, let it rev out a bit. Okay, we're up to about 16 now. Full gear, bang. In you go. And then going back down the gears, down to low. Let the revs drop. In the 6th, let the revs drop again.
Keep left.
You want to drop down a fair bit. And there you go. You can see how easy it is. Whoop. Didn't want to let me in. It still doesn't. So, we'll go over this again. I'll just pull over here and let the cars go past. Hopefully they can get past. Alright. So the first thing, parking brake, get on. There we go. Alright, so the first thing you need to do, like I say, we'll go through it again. Go to options, go to controls, drag it down to here with its shifter layout. You want shifter layout behavior on advanced. You want shifter fast split on throttle release, or if you choose, clutch and throttle. But I just have it on throttle release because it seems to behave better. And once you've set that, then you should be right to go. All you've got to do then is do the shifting as I explained. So from a standstill into first, not reverse, not fifth. Get it right. Indicator so the guys know we're coming out. Gonna let me in? Thank you. I was caught. Okay, so off you go. Second, third, fourth, fifth, fifth low, fifth high, getting it up to around about 15, 16 each time, sixth low, sixth high, and so on and through the gears. As you're knocking them down, you let the revs die down. Not enough. There we go. Again, I'm trying to show you, so I'm getting nervous, not getting it right. Okay, so now we'll go down into fourth high, letting the revs die right down. Into fourth. Letting the revs die right down again. It's too high at the moment. Into third. Into second. Then you can see what I meant about first. Got to push the clutch in. Alright, so you get the idea. He doesn't want to let me in. Thank you. Alright, so hopefully, let's get out of here. Hopefully that explained it well for you guys. If you've got any questions about how to do this, don't be afraid to ask in the comments below, or go to my Discord. We can discuss it further. And if you need any help, I'm only too happy to help you out. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed that. If you did, please share the video with your friends. Like it, put your thumbs up or thumbs down if you didn't like it. Subscribe if you haven't already, because it's free. And hopefully, if you did enjoy it, I'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.